So you've decided to play college baseball. Great. But do you know what's expected of you and what your future coaches are looking for? What's going on, folks? I'm here to tell you about 5 things that you should know before playing college baseball. Let's get into it. The first thing that I have on this list is to know the different levels of college and how they interact with one another. Now, what I mean by that is there's 3 main levels to NCAA baseball. You have Division I, Division II, and Division III. And then you have JUCO as well. So that's all that you have for the NCAA. But then you have the NAI. But all these different types of schools have different rules, regulations, transfer rules, credit rules, all sorts of different things. And you as a potential athlete and as someone who's decided to go to that school either next year or is thinking about it, need to understand how those rules operate. These rules could have a very big effect on if you decide to transfer in the future or if you decide to transfer in credits, or it could really determine a lot of different things as far as eligibility goes. So it's important that you understand that if those are things that you want to have, you need to understand the different levels of baseball and how they work. Now, the next thing you should know before playing college baseball is that you should be the most developed and as ready athlete as you possibly can be coming out of high school. As soon as you know that you want to play college baseball, or that's something that is in the realm of what you want to do, you need to get to your ideal size and your ideal weight as soon as you can, as quick as you can. Now, as soon as you go to college, you have a certain amount of semesters, a certain amount of years to play whatever sport you want to play. Your clock starts, and you don't want to be playing catch up throughout college. You want to spend as minimal time on the bench as possible. Now, I know this tip might seem a little obvious. I've seen many guys, and myself included, who've come out of high school not prepared that they can be, right? And I think a lot of athletes don't quite understand that, college is a whole different animal, right? College is a whole different area, pool of athletes. You're playing against guys who've been in the system for 3 to 4 years at that point. But you're competing with people who are all sorts of different ages, different backgrounds, different types of skill, talent levels, and you need to be at your top of your game, right? You don't want to be sitting the bench for years because you haven't been developed enough, right? That's up to you. That's up to what you want to do. That's up to what you want to do as the athlete. Lifting, mobility, sleep are all going to play an important role in your development, especially when you get to college. The sooner that you master these things before you get to school will really set you up for years and years of success. Work ethic and consistency are things that are definitely within you, the athlete, in your control. Now, the third thing on this list, and the next thing that you should know before playing college baseball, is the adjustment. There is an adjustment. There is a big adjustment going from high school to college, right? It's a whole different playing field. Someone could argue that the adjustment is probably the biggest thing and should probably be ranked a little higher on this list. Making the leap from high school to college is a completely different playing field. And that's something that can be a little challenging at first. Part of the adjustment is dealing with the success, the failure, the grind, right? Kind of on your own to an extent. Obviously, you have teammates, coaches, and other friends, hopefully, people that are in your area that will be your support system. But you're kind of on your own for a first little bit of it. And that first year or semester to about a year is the adjustment. Now, you can't really be prepared for the adjustment. It is kind of just something that, happens with everyone. But if you have a pretty regimented lifestyle when you were in high school and you have a pretty set routine, then making the adjustment is a lot easier, at least in my opinion. The adjustment will take some time in getting used to, but don't let it derail you from who you are, where you want to go, what you want to do with baseball, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. Second to last thing on this list, and the next thing that you should know before playing college baseball, is your freshman year. Now, I'm not saying that you're definitely not a great player, because obviously you committed to playing in college baseball. Playing college baseball is no easy feat by any means, but it is definitely going to take some time, right? Unless you come in as this very developed athlete. Now, it's different for everyone, obviously, And the more developed that you come into college, the higher likelihood that you will be playing your freshman year. But the reality is, for a lot of athletes, the majority of freshmen that go into college either redshirted or don't play at all. Juniors, seniors, graduates, who have already been in your shoes, right? So A, they have experience, B, they've been developed, and C, they just know the game of baseball just a little bit better, especially at that moment in time. So that's why it's important, like we talked about earlier in this video, that you come into college the most developed player that you can be, right? Because that gives you the best chance to compete right away. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is definitely something to expect, that your freshman year will be a very big learning year for you and your career. I know, especially for me, my freshman year was definitely something that I learned a lot from. So don't take it as something negative. If you get benched, if you don't play, take it as a learning and a growing moment. That's the best way you can look at it. That's the best outlook that you can have on it. Final thing that you should know before playing college baseball is to map out your goals and what you want college baseball to do for you. Now, I'm not trying to say that you should just map out and plan out your life all before you get to college, because honestly, that's unrealistic and no one does that. But before you enter college, if you do decide that you want to play college baseball, sit there, look at yourself in the mirror, talk to your family members, talk to your parents, talk to someone about what you want college baseball to do for you. Do you want to pursue a professional career? Do you just want to join a group of guys that are all working towards a common goal? Do you just want to compete? You need to figure out what your why is, especially when you get into the rigors and the just monotony of college baseball. It's going to break you down. You're going to have bad practices. You're going to have bad at-bats. You're going to have bad outings on the mound, right? You need to remember what your why is. And this is really important, especially when you're coming into college, because if you have a common goal that you're working towards, a conference championship, professional baseball, the best player on your team or in the entire division, right? You need to figure out what your why is, because that will keep you motivated and keep you going, especially when it is really, really rough. Now, obviously, guys, I don't have all the answers, and I can't sit here and tell you absolutely everything that you should consider before playing college baseball. As of the time I'm recording this video, I'm going into my 4th year of college baseball, so I kind of have a little bit of experience, some things I wish I thought about before playing college baseball. High school is definitely different for everyone. I just wanted to share with you all just some things that, I think that you should consider. Want to see what my experience was before college and what my journey kind of looked like? You can check out this video right here. I made this video shortly before my first season of being a pitcher. It was right around the time of my first year of college. So if you guys want to check that out, go check it out. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching the video.